Hi there, my name is Sherry Simpson. I am a transformational life coach. I teach people how to transform their lives by helping them expand their own intuition and guidance. I do that at the beginning by doing psychic tarot card readings or psychic oracle card readings for people, and then allowing them to step into a place where they can help and heal themselves. So I teach people how to use divination tools like the pendulum and oracle cards like this, and teach people how to tap into their own inner guidance and intuition, so that instead of asking other people outside of them for their answers, they know what answers are within them. And I also work with the Akashic Records, so I pull soul information about people, and I can connect it to your business, your health, your wealth, your abundance, anything in your life where you're choosing to manifest things and transform things. Today, what I actually wanted to get into with you is spirit guides. So I've had people ask me about who are my spirit guides? How do I connect with my spirit guides? How do I start that conversation? Who are they? And so I prefer not to do a reading for you where I am pulling information about your spirit guides for you. I would much rather hop on to a 1 hour call with people and teach you how to pull the information yourself, because it's so much more enlightening and empowering for you to be able to know that you did that yourself. So let's talk a little bit about spirit guides first, and sort of who they are and what your team kind of looks like already, so that you'd have an idea of what information you're looking for. So usually we have a spirit guide team. We have an inner team that's basically with us all day, every day. And then we have an outer team that are a circle of guides that sort of come and go as we need them throughout our lifetime. And spirit guides are guides that have been to Earth already, so they have an idea of what this place is. Not all of them have been here many times, and they're not here now. They are guides who are on a different realm and a different place, who have chosen to connect with individual souls like myself and yourself in order to help us transition through this lifetime. So we have one soul who is with us from birth to death, and that's your main spirit guide. And then we have other souls that we get as we age, depending on what's going on in our lives. So most of us have anywhere from 4 to 7 guides who are in our inner circle. And those are the guides who are helping us through all of the things that are going on as we transition and transform. So you have one at birth, you have another one at maybe age 3 or 4, you get another one usually maybe around like ages 7 to 10, and then you might bring another one in your teenage years, and then you might bring another one in as you move in from like 18 to 25. Usually your inner circle of guides is built before the age of 25, and then those guides follow you through the rest of your life. And then as you need things, or you want to expand things about your own growth, about your own person, about things that you're going through, you can call more guides in as you need them. So the cool thing about guides is, because they've been here before, you can ask questions about what their names are, if they resonate as male, female, or androgynous. Some of them are just, they don't feel like they have a sex, it doesn't really matter to them. So you can ask whether your guide is male or female. You can use a pendulum to begin asking questions like, if you're male, does your name start with a letter between A and J? Does it start with a letter between whatever? And then you could start guessing, and you could get names. We also pull in guides that are from the Archangel realm. So some of us actually have guides like Archangel Michael or Archangel Raphael. Those guides can be with multiple people all at once. Your spirit guide team is your personal team. So they tend to be guides that are just meant for you. And your spirit guides are here for like expansion and fulfillment of your highest path and purpose. I wrote some notes just to make sure I didn't forget everything. But they're here to assist you, to protect you, to inspire you creatively, to help bring information to you, to set up the synchronicities that happen within your life. And they reside in the same level that the Akashic Records begin, which is the fifth dimension. And I don't want to get too much into dimensions today, but one-dimensional is a dot. We learned that in math class. Like a location, a building is at an address, which would be like a dot on a map. So it would be like a one-dimensional item, like a dot on a Google map. Two-dimensional would be the path that you get from where you are at your house in order to where you're going. So that line would be a two-dimensional item. Three-dimensional is us and physical and anything that is in physical sense. Four-dimension is your thought processes. So thoughts actually have, I picture them as in a bubble above our head. So our thoughts are in the fourth dimension. We can't actually feel them physically. They're not a place that we can go to. They're not a location. Your thoughts are in 4D. Your spirit guides and the things within your Akashic record where your soul guidance is kept begins in the fifth dimension, which is lighter and closer to source. And that's where your spirit guide team is. Your angelic team, or your archangels as you call them in, are even higher and lighter and closer to source. So they're in dimensions up as high as like 8, 12 and beyond. Your guide team is here also to help you with like your soul's expression. So they know who you are at a soul level, and they're guiding you towards your highest path and purpose, and they're guiding you towards allowing you with free will, because you have the law of free will is always in effect. You have the decision or choice to move forward with your highest path and purpose if you want. And if you're calling upon them and asking for guidance, then of course they're going to help you. And if you're not calling upon them and you don't want their guidance, then they're hanging around making sure you're safe but not really guiding you in any way. So it's really cool to connect with your spirit guides, because you can actually ask them by name or in general, guides, what can I do here? How do I do this? How do I bring this? Can you bring me this more information? Is this for my highest good? And you can start asking your guide team to really help you. So what we're basically doing with our guide team is hiring them to be our helpers and our protectors while we're here, which is kind of cool, right? So I prefer to guide you, or to help you to determine who your guide team is on your own. So if that's something interesting and exciting for you, then let me know. In my store, I do have an $8 video that will help teach you how to do that on your own. And if that doesn't work, or if that doesn't sound exciting, or if it just seems easier or more fun or more plausible for you to connect with me on a call and learn how to use a pendulum and how to call in, who are your guides and like what are they helping me with, and I can actually help you with that on a call or a series of calls so that you can learn to connect to your guides on your own, which is very cool. So that's at yltcoaching.com. You can look at the offerings that I have there. What I wanted to do also with you is talk about a really cool experience I had the other day. So I call my main spirit guide John, and I was walking the dog. I'm pet sitting right now in British Columbia, and I have this really adorable little black poodle that I'm pet sitting. And we were at a nature park, and this gentleman walked by me, and from here up, he looked like Santa Claus, and he had this essence of love and compassion and heart-centeredness about him, and I was like, oh, he's really familiar. Like, he feels, and I instantly thought, he feels like John. And it was such a weird sensation. He was walking this little dog that I used to adore. I can't even remember what kind they were, and I haven't seen one in years. But he said hello on his way by, and I was like, oh, okay, whatever, And I started following him, not like in a stalker way, but I was going the same way that he was, but he was just walking faster, so he walked by me. And from behind, I couldn't see his white hair or his big white beard, but his body from the neck down looked like he was only 30 or even like 20 or 25. He had this youthfulness about him that was like overwhelming and overpowering. And the sense of it made me feel so familiar and so comforted, which is why that sense of, oh my God, like he feels so much like my spirit guide John does. It was just an amazing experience. And I followed him, for a couple of minutes down this trail because we're in a nature park that has different trails, and one goes down to the ocean and one loops around this way. And he turned around a few times just kind of to check in to see where I was. And, I didn't get close enough to have another conversation with him. And then a couple of minutes later, he was just gone. And I was like, that was the coolest experience I've had in a long time. And I literally felt like I was introduced to my spirit guide in human form, even though I know that our spirit guides are not here. They're on the fifth dimension. But it was as though this human that I interacted that had a dog at this park for only like 5 minutes of time felt like my spirit guide. And it was just so cool. So I wanted to share that with you today because, cool experiences are meant to be shared. I wanted to share with you that I can teach you how to align with your inner self and your inner guidance. I love to do psychic card readings with people and to help them use my medical intuitive senses and pop into how your body is feeling and to see if there's anything going on with you that needs to be released. So I just love to help people expand and to heal themselves and to help themselves and to learn how to get their own guidance. So if that's something that you'd be interested in or something that you're intrigued by, then go to yltcoaching.com, check in to see with what I'm offering, and know that you can connect with your own guide team, that they're always there to love and help and support and protect you, and that you're absolutely never alone. Even when you feel alone, your guide team is always there. And that is actually making the hair on my arm stand up, which means truth. So know that you're not alone. Know that you have a team that is loving and guiding you along your way. And know that there's also human help available within yourself and within someone like myself if you need that guidance. So namaste. Have a beautiful day wherever you are.